Did you know SafeRacks is the premier provider of top quality overhead garage storage? Hi, my name is Tyler, and I'm here to show you just how easy it is to install SafeRacks in your garage. Today, I'll be demonstrating how to install our best-selling 4x8 SafeRack. SafeRacks are made with industrial-grade steel and are designed to hold up to 600 pounds, keeping your belongings safe and secure overhead while keeping your vehicle safe from harm underneath. Before you start the installation process, be sure to watch this entire installation video and read through the printed instruction booklet that came with your SafeRack. Also, if you have a concrete ceiling, go to our website at www.saferacks.com and watch the video how to install SafeRacks into concrete ceilings. Now it's time to get my stuff out of the way. To get started, you'll need the following tools on hand: an electric drill with 3/16 drill bit, socket drives for the end of your electric drill, a socket wrench or open-ended wrenches, a rubber mallet, flathead screwdriver, tape measure, and stud finder, a pencil for marking where your garage joists are, and a sturdy ladder, and safety glasses. Most SafeRacks configurations come in two boxes. In the big box are 2 to 4 wire decking units, depending on the size of the shelving, 2 side beams, a center support, a hardware bag, and a printed instruction booklet. In the long box are 8 vertical posts, 2 C-channel beams, and 4 ceiling brackets. SafeRacks are held up by ceiling brackets, 1 at each corner. The brackets are attached to the joists in your garage ceiling. Each one of these vertical posts attaches to 1 ceiling bracket. These horizontal beams support the surface of your SafeRack. They attach to 4 vertical posts in each corner. With proper installation, you'll have easy access to the full surface area of your SafeRack storage rack. Finding the best location to install your SafeRack is important. Be sure to take into consideration how far you want the rack to come down from the ceiling, and any objects that might come into contact with the SafeRack, such as garage doors, overhead lights, sprinklers, automobiles, or people walking through your garage. Once you've identified a good spot for your racks, you'll need to locate the ceiling joists in that area. Ceiling joists run from the front of the garage to the back, or from side to side. Use a stud finder to help you determine the direction of the ceiling joists, as well as the spacing between each one. For each ceiling bracket, you'll be using 2 lag screws. Starting in one corner, mark the spots in the joist where you'll be attaching the first ceiling bracket. Drill a 3/16" pilot hole in each marked spot on the joist. Make sure you're hitting solid wood when drilling the pilot holes. And remember, the pilot holes need to be at least 3 inches deep. Take the lag screws along with a washer and install them into the pilot holes through the ceiling bracket and into the joist. Make sure each lag screw has at least 2 inches of penetration or bite depth into each ceiling joist. Be careful not to strip out the wood by over-tightening. And there's your first ceiling bracket. For details on installing the remaining 3 brackets, reference your installation manual. Now that we have our ceiling brackets installed, it's time to assemble the vertical posts. Before assembling the vertical posts, decide how far you want the rack to hang down from the ceiling and adjust each vertical post to your desired length. Next, place the lower section of the vertical post on the inside of the 2 post pieces. Make sure the teardrop holes are facing the same direction with the skinny part down. Use 2 nuts and bolts with washers to secure the posts together. I recommend putting 1 nut and bolt assembly on each face of the vertical post, with 1 at the top and the other at the bottom. Repeat these steps to assemble the other 3 vertical posts. To attach each vertical post to a ceiling bracket, you'll use a hex bolt, a washer on each side, and a lock nut. You can attach each bolt and nut by hand at first. Later on in the process, we'll tighten them down with wrenches. Make sure the teardrop holes face the same direction with the skinny part down. Reference your installation instructions and repeat this process for the remaining 3 posts. Once all the vertical posts are in place, attach the outside frame of the rack. It's best to start with the short sides, then work your way up to the longer sides. On the short sides, the small lip should be on the top so the rivets fit into the teardrop holes. Take the rubber mallet and hammer each side into place so that the rivets are seated into the very bottom of the teardrop holes. When adding the long beams to the vertical posts, line up the 45-degree angle on the small lip to the short beam's 45-degree angle. Be careful when hammering in the long beams. The opposite end may become unseated when doing so, but having a helper hold the opposite side helps a lot. If the rivets aren't seating correctly when hammering the beams into place, check to see if your vertical posts are completely vertical or if they're at a slant. If necessary, adjust the position of the vertical posts on the ceiling bracket before continuing. To install the center support, take the 4 remaining slotted head bolts and the 4 wing nuts and connect the center support with the flat lip on top. You can attach all the screws and wing nuts by hand first, then tighten them down with the flathead screwdriver. Once your center support is installed, go back and tighten the vertical post to the ceiling brackets with a socket wrench or open-ended wrench. Depending on which size SafeRack shelving you're working with, there will be 2, 3, or 4 pieces of wire decking. Take each piece of decking and set it on top of the frame. Make sure the decking is sitting flush. You don't want it to overlap. In fact, there will be a little space between each piece. Take a moment to double check all the bolts to ensure that everything is tightened down and nothing is loose. You're now ready to organize your garage using SafeRack shelving for additional storage. When loading your SafeRack, be sure to pay close attention to all notes, cautions, and warnings. Having a spotter when loading your items is also helpful. Place your heaviest items closest to the vertical posts and the lighter objects in the center. Load items evenly and avoid stacking items that are not adequately supported. Be careful not to exceed the maximum capacity of your rack. For instance, this 4x8 rack has a 600-pound weight capacity. Be sure to plan accordingly. SafeRacks are designed to last a lifetime when properly installed, which is why we strongly recommend that you watch this video in full and read through our printed instructions before starting your installation. If you have any questions or concerns about the SafeRacks installation process, call us at 877-655-3443.
It's your garage, so use it to the max. Take it back with SafeRacks.